250 quid for a broken PS Vita. Is it worth it? Now, why on earth would someone spend £250 on a broken PS Vita when you can probably get a working one much cheaper? Well, the awesome team over at Grid Studio, who make amazing art pieces of technology broken out, got in touch and asked if we wanted to check out the PS Vita version. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Grid Studios. There's been a few videos about them already, but we've not seen the PS Vita version. And the team over at Grid Studio know how much you and I love our PS Vitas, so they decided to send us over one of their PS Vita art pieces so we could check it out and see what we think. Now, first of all, I was always going to be careful with this, but when something comes with a fragile sticker, you know you've got to be extra careful. And it's really good to see that they've taken brilliant care of packaging this. It even has hard plastic corners to make sure that the frame doesn't get scuffed or chipped. Now, you can already see that it is in a cardboard box as well, so I'm feeling a bit more confident using my trusty pen knife, so I'm going to slice through this and get it open. Ah! Ow! A little bit of sellotape here as well. And then we should be good to go. Now, I've seen these online and I've seen these in videos, but this is the first time I'm going to see one of these in real life. And it's a PS Vita, guys. Let's check it out. Let's have a look. First raw reaction. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Look at that for packaging, guys. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm dropping bits and bobs. We have in here, this is awesome. I'm gonna have to take down the camera and get a little bit of a... Now, I've not got my normal B-roll camera holder, so this might be a bit shaky, but check this out. We've got, what is this? Is this rosemary? I'm not sure what this is. I'll have to give that a little whiff. A lovely old school stamp. That's really classy, really nice. Check that out, man. I like that. Lovely packaging here. Grid Frame Studio. It looks over here. At first, I thought, have they sent earbuds? But this is obviously to hang it up as well. I'm guessing those spiky bits maybe go into the back of the frame. I have to have a look at that. QR code stuff. Oh, 15% off your next order as well, so that's kind of cool. Happy days. Beautiful packaging. Let's see. That's connected in there. Let's break a bit off. What is this? Let's smell it. I don't know what that is. Anybody knows what kind of herb that is? Let me know. It's not the chronic kind of herb, I can tell you that. Right, so camera repositioned. I wasn't prepared for that. I normally open up the box and then do B-roll after, but I wasn't prepared for it to be packaged so lovely. That is really nice. I had to catch that. I had to catch that on the camera. Right, let's start by opening this. It's almost so nicely packaged, I don't want to just rip it open. It already feels so premium and nice. Am I a sucker, or is this just nice packaging, or what? I love it. Just won bronze at the Olympics, brah. Check me out. This is the thing, right? With something like this, you could say, I could get a fully working PS Vita for cheaper than £250. And that's £250 on sale. They are £300 full price. But you're not paying for a Vita console or just a Vita console. You're paying for an art piece. And then when you talk about a piece of art, it's like, you can't really put a price on art. It's worth as much as the person is willing to pay for it. And I think that's how we're gonna have to look at this. I will tell you what I think about this and how much I like it. And then it's up to you to decide if you think that's worth your money. Because from what I've seen online and what I hope I'm about to see is that I think this is going to be a pretty stunning piece of art. That is very nice. Wow. Check that out, crew. I'm going to get some sweet B-roll of this. And in case you're thinking it looks a bit scuffed, we have got a protective sheet right here. It does come away quite easily from the edges. Not quite as satisfying just rip off as you might like, but when you're trying to look after something so beautiful, you got to do it properly. Now look at that. Isn't that absolutely stunning? What a gorgeous piece of work right there. And I love it as well, like it's got all the board laid out, it's got the pieces highlighted and referred to as to what parts they are, D-pad, trigger button, etc. It's got the date, of the console release. Is that the release? I have to double check that. Release or manufacturer, I'll put at the bottom whether it's release or manufacturer. I should know that. Being a PS Vita guy, I should know that. And it's also got the card slot there, and that looks like true to life size, where it shows you the little cartridge size. That is brilliant. Now, if you are wondering, I will get some closer B-roll of this. If you are wondering if this is a pristine PS Vita, it's not. It is clearly a PS Vita that has been loved. You can see a few scuffs around the edges here and there, which for some of you might be an issue. You might want a pristine PS Vita, but in all honesty, I do find something really special about a piece of gaming history that's been used. And this is a piece of art, isn't it? This is a piece of art. This isn't just a piece of art which refers to the technology alone, but it's a piece of art that refers to the history of the PS Vita. And this is showing you a PS Vita that has been used. It's not one that was just left, never lived its life, never used for its intended purposes, and just broken apart to be on a wall somewhere. This is a PS Vita that lived a life. And I tell you what would be really interesting, and it doesn't come with this, what would be really interesting for me anyway, is if there was some information, and I know it would be difficult to do this, but if there was some information as to the life of this Vita, like maybe how many owners it had, or what part of the world it came from, that would be really cool. But without that anyway, you can still see that it's been loved, it's been cared for. It's been used. Now, carrying on with the theme of it being loved and used, there is one small criticism I would give to this art piece, and that is that it maybe looks like the components could have been cleaned a little bit better. Now, I don't know if I'm being picky, and I don't know if that's the OCD collector in me that likes to try and get rid of every single little bit of grime here and there. But there are a few pieces and a few areas which I will highlight in B-roll that I do think look maybe a little bit dusty, or where you maybe could have got a toothpick with like a wipe or something and gone into the detailing and cleared that out a little bit. That's what I personally would have done, and that's what I would like to see. Again, you know, this is for you to decide if this is the type of art that you would like to have, and if it's worth the money to you. If you like the fact that it has a story and it's been used and it's been loved, and in some respects those ridges and those little areas of the buttons that maybe could do with a little bit of cleaning, in a kind of way add to that story as well and tell you that story a little bit more. That is for you to decide. One thing I can say is I absolutely love this. Even with my little niggle of I would have cleaned it a little bit more, to be honest, I absolutely love this, and I think it looks absolutely stunning. It's such a beautiful way of acknowledging such a fantastic console, such a fantastic piece of video game history. And there it is in all its glory, not just the console itself, but the insides. And you can see exactly how this thing was made. You've got information of when it was created. This is going to take pride and place on my wall. I just need to find a wonderful place enough so I can put it in there, and hopefully you guys can see it in future episodes too. Now, I will put links to the Grid Studio art piece in the description below, so if you are interested, you can get one for yourself as well. But we're not finished with Grid Studio. There is another item that is coming, another Grid Studio art piece that we need to check out, but I don't know what it is. When speaking to Grid Studio, we discussed a few different options that I think you guys on the channel would be interested in. But there were so many to choose from, so many amazing options, I didn't really know which one to pick. So I just told them the list and said, send me whichever one you want me to check out. So the next one we're gonna look at is gonna be a bit of a mystery unboxing, and we'll see which one I've got. If you wanna check out that episode, then you can see it right now, right here.